episode of Creative Kids at Home with the Livermore Public Library, I'm going to be making puppets. Now, I know that everybody might not have the same supplies at home right now, which is why I'm going to be showing you 3 different puppets. And hopefully you'll have the means to make them with what you have on hand. First kind of puppet we're going to make is a finger puppet, with a place for you to put your little fingers through. The second kind of puppet we're going to make is a paper bag puppet you can put your whole arm into. And the third puppet is a little puppet on a stick that you can use just like this. I'm going to show you 3 different options for making puppets. So not all of these supplies will be needed for all 3 puppets. Some useful supplies could be paper lunch sacks, old greeting cards, scissors, pencil, some colorful markers, crayons, or colored pencils, tape, glue or glue stick, and some sort of stick-like object. You could use popsicle sticks. I have a reusable straw here, a chopstick, or a literal stick that I found in the garden. So any of those things would work. And feel free to substitute any of these materials with what you actually have at home right now. For our first puppet, I'm going to use a greeting card. Now, if you have cardstock, please use that. I don't have any, so I found an old card that I'm going to cut up and use the blank side of it. In order to make this into a puppet, you first have to make your design. Now you can do any sort of animal you like. Basically, once this is finished, there'll be 2 little holes there where you can stick your first 2 fingers and have it dance around like they're the little legs of the animal. If you are not comfortable drawing an animal and you would like to trace something, cookie cutters work great. For instance, for the bunny head right here, I traced this cookie cutter and it got its head just so. For the body, I just added a circle. So let's cut that out so we can start making our puppet. There we go, a little bunny. Now, feel free to decorate it. You want to have a very colorful rabbit. In this case, you can make any animal you like. My rabbit is going to be orange. For the fingers, it'll be easiest if you have a small hole punch, like depending on the size of your child's hand, a 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch circle. Bump, bump, easy peasy. Otherwise, grown-ups probably going to need to help you cut out a little circle on each bottom there, so you can put your 2 little fingers through it. There we have our first puppet, Little Bunny. For our next kind of puppet, I'm going to use paper lunch bag. Now, puppets like these work. You put your hands in them And then curl your fingers down inside the bottom of the bag and you can make the puppet move just like that. So for this puppet, I think I'm going to make, how about a piggy? So to decorate this, you're going to put the face of your animal or person on the bottom of the lunch sack. You can attach any sort of ears, hair, you could put a hat, anything you like on your animal, and it'll be perfect. So let's take a look. Using our sack and our paper, you can draw them out. Okay, now that you have your pieces cut out, I left a little space at the end of the ear so we can tape it or glue it easier to the back. But for the nose, we can just glue it straight on. So you're going to place your little piggy nose, use your glue stick, or regular glue or tape, whatever you have. And you're going to get that all nice and sticky. And put it straight on there. For the ears, you're going to attach them from the back looking forward. So there we go. Gotta draw some eyes for our piggy. Let's see, our piggy's going to have green eyes today. And there you have a little piggy. Oink, oink. So this last one is another puppet that works well with either cardstock or some paper. If you do use paper, please know that it'll flop around a little bit. The cardstock will be stiffer, but if you don't have any, paper works just fine. And of course, please feel free to use colorful paper if you have it. I only have white, so which is why I'm drawing more on my paper. But if you have construction paper in fun colors, I encourage you to use that instead. All right, so let's make, what are we gonna make today? Let's do a person. We'll do a little girl. So I'm going to draw my little girl. Beautiful picture we are going to cut out. you can attach it to a stick. I'm going to use this actual stick. You can use something like a straw or a chopstick. If it's a reusable item, be sure to take it off once you're done with your puppet. But all you have to do is cut some tape and tape your stick to the back of your puppet. And there you have it. A cute little puppet that you made all on your own. So there we go. That's 3 different kind of puppets. The finger puppet, you can put your little fingers through. The paper bag puppet, you put your whole arm in, or the stick puppet that you place on the end of a stick or straw. I hope you have fun making puppets. Keep an eye out. I'm going to use puppets in a story time next week. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Creative Kids at Home with the Livermore Public Library. I'll see you next time. Bye!